This is Ultimate Dark Urge raid boss. Okay, this build is so powerful and broken that you can easily sell a game with this. And as always, let's start with leveling. Also, one of the coolest part about this build, it comes online very fast. So, we're starting as a ranger. It doesn't matter too much what favorite enemy you will pick, so we can stick with bounty hunter, just in case we want to use ensnaring strike. Or you can go with mage breaker or stalker, just if you want some proficiency in religion or arcana, only for exploration purposes most of the time. Then we go into natural explorer, and it will be urban tracker in case you want a lot more sleight of hand, but you won't need a lot more actually. So you can stick with wanderer fire, most common damage in the game, so it's nice to have resistance against it. Then we go into our ability point distribution and skill proficiency. So skill proficiency, perception and survival is very nice to have. Then you can pick nature or animal handling or whatever you want. Background will be Dark Urge background. And ability point distribution. Our main ability is dexterity, to increase our initiative, armor class and our power with ranged weapons, also with some melee weapons. We want to have 14 in constitution, to have some HP, 10 in intelligence and 10 charisma and 12 wisdom. And we will be left with 2 points. So, if you know how to get +1 into dexterity, and you're planning to do so, then definitely you can go with stats like this: 12 into strength and 17 in dexterity. But if you're not planning to have this +1 bonus in the first act, then dump strength to 10 and get +1 into constitution. I will show build with this ability point distribution, so everyone can copy it. Level 2 we get in a ranger with ensnaring strike and hunter's mark. Fighting style is archery. We will be focusing mostly on bow weapon. On 3rd level we can pick our subclass, and it will be Gloom Stalker Ranger. We get in Dread Ambusher, it's basically 1 bonus attack when we start in combat, and also +3 to initiative, which is really important for us in this build. And we get in 1 more spell. I recommend going with Long Strider or any other spell you like. Then level 4 and we pick in our feat, so it will be Sharpshooter feat. We can turn it on or off. If it's turned on, we got -5 penalty to attack rolls, basically to hit chance with our bow, but +10 flat damage. So damage increase is really nice. And then level 5. Most importantly, we get an extra attack over here. Also, just in case, we will have Misty Step, bonus action and spell slot used to escape from battle. Sometimes you just need it. And also, here we will have spells from level 2. What we want to pick is Pass Without Trace, +10 bonus to stealth checks. So at level 5, it looks like we got pretty basic ranger, but I will show you playstyle and how to utilize Dark Urge origin to make this character real raid boss. But after level 5 we want to switch our class to rogue. Level 7, 1 more level into rogue to get bonus actions. Dash, disengage, sometimes it's very useful with bow especially. And then we're picking our subclass at level 8, and it will be Assassin Rogue subclass. So when you pick an Assassin, you will gain advantage on attack rolls against creatures that haven't taken a turn yet. This means you will proc your sneak attack every time when you're attacking someone who haven't taken a turn yet. Also, if you surprise your enemies, you will have each attack as critical hit, that's big, and also you will regain your action and bonus action at the start of the combat. That's also very cool bonus for our playstyle. So, now we're picking a rogue level 4, and we go into ability improvement and getting our dexterity and constitution +1. If you picked previous stats, you will already have 18 dexterity, so we add in +2 into dexterity and getting 20 dexterity right now. But that's totally okay too. So, build is kinda ready. You don't need anything else. We completely ready. Rogue sneak attack scales with rogue levels, so I got 2 leveling patterns for you. One will be just to stick with rogue and get 7 levels in rogue. It will increase power of your sneak attacks and give you some nice features like uncanny dodge and alacrity, so that's nice leveling and pretty easy and straightforward. But I got different leveling pattern for you. Instead of sticking with Rogue, you want to add class and get Cleric with subclass of War Domain. So we get in War Cleric subclass. We don't care about anything from Cleric, we don't need any of this stuff. Everything beside War Priest charges, which give you the ability to use your bonus action as attack action. And that's big. You will see in a minute how big it is. So there's kinda like no need of getting Rogue level 6. We don't need any dips in other subclasses. And with this leveling, I would go with Ranger level 6, just to get more bonuses maybe in Arcana, or we just don't care about it, you can pick Ranger Knight. Still, we won't use heavy armor, but Natural Explorer, Cold is very nice feat to have, so you get resistance from cold damage. Not too common, but still it's nice to have. So, with endgame gear you will have something like this. 19 armor class, which will be increased even more, and if you go in with best build, with additional dexterity you will have 20 armor class, and around 100 hit points, which is more than enough for our playstyle. Let's talk about gear itself. So, in early game, best bow you can find is Jolt Shooter. When you're dealing damage, you gain in lightning charges, which gives you a bonus to attack roll and additional lightning damage, so it's pretty nice bow for early game. In the late game you can pick any long bow you like, but for my build especially you want to go with that shot. Not only because it reduces number to roll for critical hit by 1, but also because you double in your proficiency bonus when rolling attack rolls. So we have really high chance to hit with this weapon. Generally combination is like kinda doesn't matter. You can pick almost every Javelin you like, but I recommend going with Birdmother's Revenge, which will coat your weapon in poison. Strange Conduit Ring, when you're concentrating on spell you do additional 1d4 psychic damage, and also Ring of Regeneration. It's late game ring, but it will heal you for 1d4 hit points every turn, which will activate Birdmother's Revenge. In early game you can just use your bonus action to use Health Potion, and it will coat your weapons in poison. That's Dark Urge build, so of course we're getting Deathstalker Mantle. Once per turn, when you kill an enemy, you will shout yourself and become invisible for 2 turns. For our playstyle, that's super big. Now about our armor. I will explain what to look for and show you late game gear. So just look for these stats on other gear you will find on your way to these awesome armors. Mask of Soul Perception. You gain in bonus to attack rolls. We need high hit chance because we got this Sharpshooter feat. And also we get in bonus to initiative rolls. So our most important stats is attack rolls and initiative rolls for this build. Then armor. Again, initiative rolls is really big, but because you pick in Ranger, you get access to a lot of armors until you will get this super late game armor. So pick armors with best armor class and maybe some bonuses to attack or initiative rolls. But late game armor is ballist armor, which get Aura of Murder. Enemies in 2 meters of you will become vulnerable to piercing damage. We don't care actually about this vulnerability too much, but for this build we got not only bow but also 2 daggers. So just in case you will be in melee range, you can use them. Then glove slot. Again, look for same stats. Attack rolls, maybe a little bit more damage on hit, but in the late game I recommend going with Bone Spike gloves. You need to be tricky to get these gloves, but I really recommend getting them, because you will ignore resistance to all normal damage types. And this means when enemy got resistance to your bow attacks, you will ignore it. And boot slot, it just doesn't matter, you can pick evasive shoes just for armor class. Then weapons. Knife of On the Mountain King. You reduce number you need to roll for critical hit by 1. When you're rolling 2 damage or less, roll dice and you will take highest result. So it's basically increasing your damage output, and it works on range attacks too. And for late game second item, I would go with Crimson Mischief, and always have it in our offhand. When you make an attack with your offhand weapon, you can use your ability modifier to add to damage dealt. So basically we don't have any dual weapon fighting style, but we kind of fighting as with dual weapons, just in case we need it. Also, if target got low health, you will do additional piercing damage, so very powerful dagger or a short sword. Another powerful dagger you will get at the same time as Crimson Mischief. It's Orange Blade, so that's nice dagger too to have, just to reduce your critical hit number. In case you're never using melee weapons, go for the Orange Blade instead. Sometimes people in the comment asks what dye I using for my armor, and this time I used Black and Furnace Red dye. So, what is playstyle and how to use this character to become ultimate raid boss? So there is one broken strategy. Some people call it solo, but I wouldn't call it solo, and this build actually works in solo honor mode. So we got stealth plus 12 bonus to our checks. We can use pass without trace from level 5, and after casting this, we instantly get in plus 22 to stealth checks. And only thing you need to make this stuff work, have some kind of sorcerer in your party and use greater invisibility. For 10 turns or for 60 seconds, your character will be completely invisible. And all we need to do right now is to just find enemies and attack them with advantage from invisibility, and then we will pass stealth checks. So look at this, we're doing damage, enemy basically don't know what's hitting him. Make sure to hide with your sorcerer or whoever casted spell on you, because you can lose your concentration. But we basically can do attacks as much as we wish. We're right now kinda in a fight, but again, we kinda not if our friend is not in a fight right now. And we're making all attacks pretty powerful with really crazy amount of damage. So it's super easy to destroy enemies in few hits. And even after 5 attacks, difficulty class will be 20, so as long as we're not rolling something like 1, it will be easy for us to stay hidden forever. But I'm not calling this style solo. So, how my build works completely solo? Of course, by utilizing this Darkstalker mantle. What we want to do is to attack enemies, and coolest part, we can do it however we like. We can use our melee weapons, we can use bow. Because we got ballist armor, it's really easy to do with melee weapons too if we are in a close combat, so don't forget you can do it. And after killing enemy, we become invisible. So how enemy AI works? They will try to come where you were like last seen, and then they will try to find you over here. All we need to do after killing enemy is to just run away a little bit. Look, she comes and now she will try to find ourselves. But she can't because we run away. Now, coolest part. Combat is ended. Basically ended. So, only thing we need to do right now is to come back to her. And it doesn't matter what we want to use right now. Daggers or bow. I prefer bow actually. Always try to use height action before attacking, so you will have advantage and basically 100% hit chance. And then we just attack. That's it. So fight started. On the first round, our weapons is coated in poison because we're concentrating right now on pass without trace, which gives us bonus to stealth checks. We got 1d4 additional bonus with psychic damage, so damage is really nice. Also, Sharpshooter Aline gives plus 10 flat damage. And coolest part, after we start combat like this, we regain our actions and bonus actions because we're basically Assassin Rogue. Combat starts, we got Dread Ambusher. It uses no action or bonus action at all, and we can use it for free. Now enemy is done, critical hit is insane, and we invisible again, so we can do whatever we like once again. In case you want to do even more damage, you can concentrate on Hunter's Mark and use it as your bonus action. But here comes my optimization. Most of the time you don't want this concentration, you actually want pass without trace. We're always running high initiative, so we got Dread Ambusher, and now let's start the fight. Basically we hit a normal arrow and a lot of damage already, and you can distribute your damage across all enemies most of the time. So critical hit on you, Dread Ambusher on you maybe. Yeah, one more crit. And basically what's going on? Because we got War Priest charges, we can basically do 4 normal attacks on our first turn with these charges. But basically our strategy is same. We killing targets and then running away invisible. Also don't forget, if you got spare bonus action, if you do not use your War Priest extra attack, you can use Cannon Action Dash from Rogue and run away a lot more. Now enemies will try to find us, try to rush attack in this invisible position. Nice try, bro. AI is getting smarter. Still, he can't find us, and fight is over. But fight is over for him, not for us. I'm still using my attack and starting my fight with really easy critical hit. Regaining my actions, bonus action, so we can do one more attack, Dread Ambusher attack. Really easy. And again, I'm invisible, so we're going back over here. Cunning action dash, let's hide a little bit. Also pass without trace, helping you to remain invisible when enemies seeking for you, and if you're close enough. So that's really nice feat. Again, we're getting back. Oh my goodness, I'm still invisible. That's what's going on with stealth checks, basically. And that's it. So, that's craziest playstyle you can have. A really cool, fun, enjoyable, and coolest part, we can do it actually solo. Really easy. With high initiative, it's just a breeze going through enemies. Most of the time you need around like 2-3 attacks on the strong targets, so only just in case you will use this War Priest extra actions. But keep in mind they're a little bit bugged right now. For some reason you're always using them before your action. I thought they was like patched already, but still, to not use your bonus action on War Priest charge, just use another bonus action like dash, for example. I haven't even used my Dread Ambusher in this fight. This guy trying to find me with C invisibility. It will be impossible because he's looking over here and I'm already from the back to these guys. That's insane. They think I'm run away, but no, I'm still here, my friend. One shot, one kill. And you won't be invisible if you one-shot enemies because it works only when you kill enemies. He wasn't my enemy at the time of the attack, but he is, so... One attack, a lot of damage, Dread Ambusher to not waste our bonus action. We're invisible, we can run away. That's how you play this game. That's broken raid boss. It's impossible to kill us, basically, to find us, and we destroying everyone we wish. Another cool bonus from War Priest Cleric that you will get this Shield of Faith. So instead of concentrating on Pass Without Trace, you actually can concentrate on this spell. So just in case, you will have higher armor class. And maximum AC will be around 22 with exactly this build. Or you can have something like 26 with medium armor. But still, it's overkill, we don't need it. Yeah, as you can see, it's like pretty bugged right now. I'm outside of the combat and it suggests me using War Priest charges to attack. Oh, these enemies wanna fight. What a bad decision for you guys. Let's take down healer first. Let me actually check this out. So, that's our extra attack. Okay. Yeah, and now we're using War Priest charges. So it's working from time to time. But again, it's really nice bonus, and armor class bonus is also very nice. So 3 attacks. We damaged one guy, we killed another guy. We still got Dread Ambusher. This is a big addition. Again, he's looking over here, and we're already on the top. And fight ends, we can start, rinse and repeat. You can use this strategy when you're fighting bosses or basically any other enemies. It works like every time. Another tip, make sure to go into turn-based mode when you want to approach and destroy your enemies with melee attacks, for example. Also, don't forget melee attacks will have vulnerability on enemies with our murder aura, but it's only for enemies. Right now, this guy is not our enemy, he is highlighted in yellow, so it won't be a lot of damage to him with daggers, as you can see. But right now, he's our enemy, and by the way, he's surprised. Aura of Murder is working, so it will be actually crazy damage we will inflict. Also, don't forget we're regaining our action bonus action at the start of the combat. So just look at the damage. Oh my goodness. And we just run away, as always. That's the craziest part about this strategy. You got like 4 to 5 attacks in first turn when you enter fight. If you kill at least one creature with these attacks, you can run away, and fight is over. Fight is over, that's it basically. This guy is still surprised, by the way. This guy is still surprised. Oh my goodness. I also try to focus down easier targets first. We got Steel Watcher over here. It's better to go to this target and destroy him with our first turn. Yeah, yeah, no crits, almost dead. And now we are fine. Yo, where are you? Show yourself. Oh, who cares? I can just destroy this drunk bodyguard in just one attack. and we are invisible again. So how to fight versus these steel watchers and other big guys, bosses and other stuff. So you're just attacking from invisibility most of the time, doing all your possible attacks. It will inflict pretty nice damage, by the way. And you can use warp-based charges for extra attack with a bow, and then just kite them, so run away. If you fight in bosses, it's actually nice to use bonus action to drink some invisibility potions, thanks to our Dash Stalker Mantle. With this playstyle, possibly you will save a lot of invisibility potions, because you don't need to use them too much. But if you don't want to go invisible, just make one attack, two attacks, and then cunning action dash and run away. That's how you kite your enemies. You will have really nice movement speed, so he need to catch up with us again. He can't do even attack, he need to dash every time. And we kited him to this place. Now, as you can see, he's threatening us, so cunning action disengage on third turn against him, and then just 1, 2, and you're done.